Today's podcast is brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey. You can check them out at howlerhead.com, a handcrafted, award-winning, 80-proof Kentucky straight bourbon. And listen, damn it, it's got the flavors of banana. You like MMA, you like Dana White, you like the UFC. Let's support them, baby. Get the bourbon, get the Howler Head Whiskey, the only whiskey you will find at Fury Fighting Championships. HowlerHeadWhiskey.com, howlerhead.com.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the fury.
I thought Wayne did the intro. We are live.
Oh, yeah. Just like that. The time for talk is now. Got to talk over it a little bit so I don't get sued.
Wicked.
Welcome into the Fury Unleashed podcast. Joining Diego Reyes, Aaron Garcia, Rich Burmaster, and myself. We have top prospects in the Fury Amateur and Pro divisions. Mia Grawe and Sandy Jerez. Not Jerez as I've...
It's not Jerez?
No.
Technically, it's his,
I can't do that.
but I just say Jerez.
Yeah, like, I always feel so bad whenever Wayne's not with me at events, like when he's, like, doesn't make the weigh-in or something, because I butcher everything. So bad. Yeah. Diego Lopez was Diego Lopes for how long?
What?
Hey, in your
I think
defense,
there's a C for Lopez, right?
in your
Lopes.
defense, I made this a mistake, and there's an S at the end. I think Buffer made that mistake too.
Buffer did make that mistake.
Actually, I think I did it the weigh-ins, but I think you may have told me.
Because when
Tip
you're-
me off, I think.
when
No,
you're
I think
reading
you
it-
did tip me off there.
When you're reading it, it's Lopes.
Yeah.
I would have never thought it was Lopes.
You're
yeah.
fucking brown, man. Like, of course you're not going to think it's
He's
Lopes.
from the delegation. He knows.
Yeah.
Lopes.
Fucking Lulak over here. You
He
guys
gets a,
know
he gets
how
a
to
list
say
of all the
those
names and pronunciations.
When Buffer fucked it up, then I said, okay, it was okay for Rich.
Yeah, like I don't look. If Buffer messes it up, I don't feel so bad. To be fair, I didn't feel bad in the first place, and I messed it up. So I never feel bad about people's names. Y'all know y'all got hard ass names. Tell us before we get up here. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? You good?
Great. Thank you guys for having us.
We're excited to have you guys on the show.
Fresh off some fights, both of them.
Yeah, we are.
2 weeks in 1 week, right?
How you guys feeling after your fights? You 2 weeks out, 1 week out. Everybody's recovered, starting to feel better.
Yeah, I'm good.
I was
Yeah.
Sandy's eye looking over there.
Tell me.
Flawless.
Thank you. I recovered pretty good, so.
We talked about that after the fight. Is that the one you had surgery on?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is the one you
Yeah.
had surgery
On Lindo.
on. No issues after that.
No issues.
That surgery had put you out for a little while, right?
It did. Ended up having 2, so it was like fight, surgery, fight, surgery, fight, surgery. So I've been out not because I've wanted to, but because I've had to. But I'm happy to be back.
And that surgery, what happened? It was a detached retina
It was.
So what was that
from a fight? Yeah.
That doesn't help. I'm really nearsighted, so I believe that fight was with Peak. I think that was kind of like
That's
a
why it
catalyst.
happened.
Yeah. I went up to
Who?
my catch
Was for who?
weight. Yeah, right.
What?
Who?
Never heard.
Sorry.
No,
Different
hey,
promotion.
no,
Yeah.
Let me not.
no offense, Sadie.
Yeah, you're slowing it. I get it.
Yeah. So, I think that that was definitely a catalyst in being nearsighted. And then after that fight, I won. The week after, on Saturday, was back to fart sparring. I was like, yeah, I'll give me a song here.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a dog. I was all high
Oh,
on
you
my
can't say
win.
fuck.
Oh, shit. There it
We
is.
never said that
one. But anyways, so after the fight, went back, hard sparring. I think that was, younger me, stupid me. Pay attention to your health, people.
So how long have you been training now? Specifically for fighting.
For fighting, since 2020. So, like,
You were supposed to debut for me.
yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that
Totally,
too.
the day of.
Yeah.
Mia,
Yeah.
how long have you been training?
I started training in February of 2019. And like as soon as I started training, I was like, I think I'm doing this to fight. Like I want to fight.
That's my next
Yeah.
question. Did you both start training with the intention of I want to fight, or because a lot of stories you hear is that I got in it to get in shape or try something new. Like what was your intentions when you started training?
To fight. Yeah. I mean, like, I would, like, hit the bag with my brother. My brother was into boxing, like, during high school and stuff like that. And I knew I had hands. And so I was like, I'm going to do this. I didn't know, like, how far I wanted to go, like, how, like, the goals that I wanted to set. But I had an idea of, like, competing and like becoming a good martial artist.
So you didn't start competing or fighting because of all the stupid boys breaking your heart?
That too.
Anything like that?
Yeah, that too.
Okay. I mean, everybody's great.
Fucking that interview was amazing. That was absolutely outstanding.
It's going to live forever.
Yeah.
Did you
What are
listen
y'all
to that
talking
interview?
about?
I did.
That kid who just won.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, that cracked me up.
Dude.
He's like, time
He was
out.
like, pause. Yeah.
The mixture of these girls keep breaking my heart. My fucking grandma. I'm like, what? Wait, what happened?
And my grandma died.
It was funny.
And then he told Michael Alexander.
Oh my God, Alexander,
Yeah.
fuck off. I'm like, all right.
Poor black girl, Mike.
Dude.
I will
Okay.
say, like, if you go back, Mike posted a clip too of some highlights
Of his-
random weird interviews.
Oh, he loves that.
From the first time it happened to him, you could tell it kind of threw him off.
Now
But
he
now
embraces
he's
it.
so used to like seeing these crazy
shit.
responses
Yeah.
because it's happened so many times to him. He's just like, all right. And the best part is if you get to hear Alex Morado on the broadcast after someone says some shit like that, and Alex will be like, okay, I don't know if I'd have went that way, but all right.
It's a full strategy.
Yeah.
That works
All
out.
right, Cotton, what are we doing here? So,
That one went viral.
It did, yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. So how long after you started training, Jeff, you actually get to your first fight?
I started training at the beginning of 2019, and I didn't make my debut until the beginning of 2021.
Okay.
For 2 years.
So I started. Well, I've been doing martial arts since I was a little girl, kind of on and off. But I would say like seriously, like cardio kickboxing serious, like 2018. I was really into those classes, and I was like, man, like I want to compete because I used to compete when I was younger, Taekwondo, and I wanted to fight. And I was like, well, if I want to fight, I got to grapple, I got to do jiu-jitsu, wrestling. So I started getting into that about late 2018, early 2019. So I would say like a solid year.
You come from Elite, right? You came from Elite. Because I remember Zach Henson was the one who reached out to me a bunch of.
Trevin was there. Tony
Yes.
Figueroa was back there.
I remember.
One of the guys.
So how long were you into Taekwondo before you?
I started Taekwondo when I was 5, and I stopped when I was 12. I got my first degree black belt. When I got my first degree, I don't know why, but I was like, okay, I'm done.
So do you consider that your base?
I wouldn't say Taekwondo is my base. I would say I'm a striker, but a lot of my like discipline, techniques, yeah.
Did you have any martial arts training before you started?
No, not really.
She was a gymnast.
No.
She was a gymnast.
No, I did like
Simone Biles over here? What are
I
we
did
doing?
performance arts. I did like theater. I sang.
dancing?
I danced. I was on the dance team, but I didn't have any. I did like jujitsu for like 3 months when I was back.
So you had no inclinations when you were like, there was no martial arts, there was no fighting and shot. Just one day you went, I'm tired of like kickball step and I'm gonna go fucking
Yeah.
like smash somebody's face.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Look at Diego. What's up, Diego?
What's
How
up,
you like that
Diego?
drink over there?
What's that? That's nice.
What is that?
Check. I don't know. It's
Hey, you got that link.
you know, I did the old school Will Ferrell, Frank the Tank.
Just one. You just need one.
Cody
Hey,
and Jolly
just
Ranchers
once it
right
once
over there.
once it hits the lips.
But once it hits the lips,
It's my lips. I don't. That is weird. It's fine.
How you feeling after your fight?
I feel good.
Past
I
weekend.
feel good. Honestly, like the next day, I like got up. I ran a few miles. The next day, I went and I sparred. Like
There wasn't really much for you to see about this girl you were fighting.
no, not at all.
So just prepared like
I,
whatever, right?
Yeah, I knew she came from a good gym. Even though, like, when I went back and I watched the fight, she didn't claim Extreme Couture, but I knew that
That's where she was coming from.
yeah, she was training there. So I knew she had high level training partners, and I just expected the absolute best out of her.
See, you had very different fights. You had a 5-round battle, and you kind of made it look easy.
Yeah.
To be honest, like it wasn't very extremely different fights. You know, going into the fight, at what point did you know? Like, obviously, I'm going in confidence. But at what point did you know, like, oh, like there's nothing here for me?
About halfway through the first round, after like the cage wrestling, and then I got to take
You
her
got
down.
her down pretty easy.
Yeah, she and as soon as I got her down, I don't know if I like knocked the wind out of her, but she was gassed. Like I could hear her just like
Because
like
she
breathing.
came out pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
She
she
was
did.
throwing.
Yeah.
When she opened up. Like I saw her rocking me here real quick.
I said, you see when she came off her feet, like that, yeah.
It was kind of rock like.
Yeah.
No, I could even tell within like the first few exchanges, she was throwing some bombs and like 3-4
Yeah, she was
combination.
going hard.
But I could tell. Yeah, I could tell. I was a little bit quicker. I was moving in and out. So.
And then were you surprised by the resistance you got from Carlson? Like it's I could tell you on paper, looking at the matchup, I don't think many people would have leaned Carlson. Like I think would look
from the win or as far as striking or
in
aspect of it.
She came out looking like a total different fighter than I've seen before. She was tough.
I feel like every fight we're trying to be the best we've ever been, right?
Sure.
That was best. He's a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think I was more surprised with grappling and dominating on the ground. Wasn't expecting that. But no, I wasn't surprised. I was ready for it.
So over the course of the fight, I mean, obviously you didn't get the decision that you wanted to get, but how do you feel about your performance overall in that fight?
Technical wise, there's a lot of room for improvement. Those things can and will be fixed, like I discussed with my coaches and my team. As far as heart and showing my mental fortitude and just being a dog, I think that's what I'm really proud of.
Sure.
That you guys saw going into the 5th round, they could have stopped it.
Yeah.
It was really bad. My eye was pretty swollen shut, but I'm proud of myself. I don't think I could have said the same if I would have I need to find a way out, or no, I can't see. I was I'd be damned if I don't finish this.
Yeah, you definitely didn't look for a way out. Now, don't get me wrong. On this side of the cage, staring at you, you looked like a monster.
Thank you.
I was.
I looked pretty good. I gotta give it.
It was like, well.
It was a great fight.
Yeah.
It was a good matchup. She gave it to me back and forth.
And it was very close.
It was really close.
It was very close, and depending on how you go back and you kind of score each round and what you weigh as more, it was a very close fight. I didn't necessarily agree with the decision, but I'm also not upset about it. Looking at it, I could see how a judge
likewise. I'm not I'm not upset about it. I wasn't I've never been one to be like that. I got robbed, this or that. Although I have been robbed in the past, my previous title fight.
Yeah.
That was
That's right.
I don't know if you guys knew about
blatant.
that. That was horrible. But this time around, I didn't, feel any type of way. I told her.
Some other slim.
Is that
Foo FC.
That's the one where Jeremy chased him into the.
Yeah.
That was
a crazy night.
There was a riot breaking out. It was insane.
What happened there?
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story.
Okay.
Oh, real quick, though, while we're on her thing, what are your thoughts on? I know for me as a promoter, I don't know if I wouldn't have been upset if they would have stopped the fight, because at the end of the day, it's an amateur fight, and they're taking damage and they're not getting no money.
So
it's how far do you let it go?
I kind of look at it on both sides. One as a matchmaker and also as a coach. As a coach, if my athlete is saying they can keep going, and I see
but
you have
your athlete's too tough for that.
Right, but the damage that she had was more visible damage than inside. The orbital wasn't broken. You could tell by the way the swelling was that it wasn't a broken orbital, which is the biggest concern when it comes to big swollen eyes. It was more of a hindrance for you, and I think at that point you have to kind of weigh out you got to know your fighter. And there's some fighters who I wouldn't have let go further. There's a lot of fighters like yourself. You have to know your fighter in that moment.
Let's fast forward to the end of the night with Isaac and Karan. Isaac is too tough for his own good.
That fight should have been stopped.
Okay.
So I believe
he was getting paid.
But I believe again, as a corner, if I'm sitting there, first round goes the way it goes. Okay, this is not good. Second round comes out, and it was more of what we saw in the first round, and the chances of Isaac at that moment tossing up a Hail Mary. If you know Isaac's game, that's not necessarily his strong suit. He's as tough as they come. And I do think this is a fallacy all over MMA in general. There aren't enough coaches with either the knowledge or the nuts to stop a fight, because it rarely happens. In boxing, you'll see somebody getting outclassed
and they'll
throw the towel in.
Yep.
It doesn't happen in MMA, and it doesn't. And that's, I think, as coaches, we all kind of sit back and we talk about letting them go out on their shield and all these things. Well, if you go out on your shield every time, there's only so many times you can die on your shield. Right. Eventually, you don't have a shield anymore. Yeah. So part of our job is to protect you. And I've been in situations now to say that. I watched Sijin early on in his career get beat up for 2 rounds, like mounted each round, beat up. And I was concerned at some points. I thought about stopping the fight, and then he comes out in the 3rd round and submits the guy. But I also know that like he has that ability still, and he could had a chance to submit and get the guy down. So it's just you got to know your fighter. You got to know the moment. Not everybody's going to agree with everybody when it comes to that. I could see a case as an amateur for stopping your fight, but also Jeremy and the guys know who they have, and they know when it's too much. I think sometimes we just let it go too far. That's just MMA, man. We let it go too far sometimes.
Like the coaches, like we had a coach that turned around and said that we mismatched that fight.
Sure.
You remember that?
Yeah, no, yeah.
He says that the Karan versus Isaac fight was a mismatch, and who the fuck would offer a 2-1 guy, a debut guy? It's like,
well, he was 2-2. He was 2-2.
He's had a heavy amateur record too.
Yeah, you got a guy who's 2-2 taking on a debut. And the one thing I will say is that as a coach, you always have the ability to say no.
Right.
And one thing that Eric and I, across the board, when we present something to somebody, whether it's a late notice fight, whether it's maybe not you're the best option for, but we're going to provide an opportunity, it's okay to say no. Yeah. Like if you tell us, we get told no all the time. Like if you tell us no, okay. Yeah. So, and it doesn't matter if you're the hometown person, you've sold all the, look, we deal with that all the time. We deal with people falling out who've got 200 tickets sold. We deal with people who got no tickets sold and they fall out. It's just, okay, it's part of the game. I'm looking at this weekend. We got 19 fights right now. We'll probably end up with 17.
That is a lot. That's a big card.
Nah, not really.
With all of them.
I don't know. Dallas is weird, right? Like so either half of it goes off, or
we're always worried about going into the card with only a few amateur fights.
Yeah, and they all end up
stick. Did their fucking medicals, and they're all on weight.
Yeah. So I don't. If the coach feels that way, that he felt it was mismatched, then don't say yes.
Right.
And
they wouldn't say that shit if their guy would have won.
No. If
the other thing,
yeah,
nobody has nothing to say.
Right.
When the guy wins.
If your guy wins, then it's look how great we did. Yeah.
He lost.
Look, there is no whether coaching, matchmaking, promoting. There is no like perfect science to this. Whether it's stopping a fight, letting a fight go. Do you dig 40 pages into someone's history because you can't find video on them before you say yes or no to a fight? There's no exact science. We all do it differently. Like I know for our guys, we don't necessarily train for the opponent. We train for our strengths and how do we make our strengths work. Yeah. And then if they just happen to be a black belt and they're great on the ground, okay, so let's tighten up our wrestling defense and not get sucked down on the ground. So
a fight's a fight.
A fight's a fight. Like you're both going to make weight. We're going to figure it out. And as you two know, you step in and the fight you thought you had is not what's there.
Yeah.
You got something completely different. You're doing something different than your game plan anyway. And about 70% of the time, fighters don't listen to the game plan anyway. They get in there and start fighting. They're like, oh, I'm a dog. You're a dog. We're both dogs. Let's see who's going to bite harder. So game plans are subjective.
Correct.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you keep up with our roster? Do y'all keep up with our roster somewhat?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Is there any guys right now that y'all are like, man, this dude's gonna?
Or ladies.
Or ladies. I know the ladies divisions are a little bit.
Rich's lube fell out of his pocket.
Yeah,
a little bit slimmer, but if you
The
look
ladies
at like our guys divisions, and is there anybody besides your boyfriend?
I was just about to say Bruce Whitehead.
On the roster,
Boyfriend's
that you're
pretty
like, man,
awesome.
This kid's good. He's gonna make it. He's gonna be the next shot in the UFC. He's gonna get the next shot.
There's so much talent. There's so much talent on the roster. Like,
I mean, Michael Aswell's already going to the Contender Series.
yeah, he is.
Cody Steele.
He's gone too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love watching his fights. Who else?
What's that other guy in the lightweight division? His last name's Kira.
Mansher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
good too. He's very talented.
I'm surprised he hasn't won yet.
Yeah.
You know, that shit kind of sucks that he hasn't won yet. But he's fighting for our title in September.
Okay.
So hopefully that puts him in. We can't say who, but we got a call this morning. I got a call, and then I just shared things with Rich. We got another guy in Contender, and somebody that we didn't even fucking expect to go. Like, he wasn't even on my whiteboard like this guy's going.
It's awesome. You never know. That's why you got to stay ready, stay training. That's good.
Anyway, the reason I had asked you that is because I was going to say if you could play matchmaker for a day in Fury, like what would be one fight that you would make? But if you don't know the whole roster.
I would match up Luis Hernandez with Bruce Whitehead.
Okay, well, we tried to do that. There's some scheduling conflicts.
Who else?
We actually matched Luis now at 170 for November.
Is that what he's usually at? 170?
He goes. Yeah.
Okay.
He was going to come down for his first fight at 55 with Bruce.
Okay.
He had asked for 160.
I got a matchup for Bruce. Don't we good?
Bruce is my
We good.
pretty
Good.
cool.
Yeah, we
man.
good. We good.
Love
Bruce
his
the
fights.
Goose. Why they call him the Goose?
Because of his laugh.
Oh, that's right. He did tell us.
It's that.
Yeah.
He did tell us that.
Learn something every day.
He did tell us that, huh?
Yeah, he did. All right, guys, we are live on IG right now.
Who's that naked lady?
There's no telling who that naked lady was.
Man, I'm thinking about matchups now. Exciting
Yeah,
fights.
tell me who's make one matchup for us before the podcast ends.
Give me a division. What division?
Division sucks in our. What's our shit?
None of them suck, man. Like, I don't know.
The hell is
the
that?
least guys.
185.
85.
Oh no, she's not gonna do good on that.
Yeah.
I mean 170.
You pick the division.
I'll just keep working my way down at this point.
It's a
All right,
fantasy matchup.
one-
You
division.
take 135. You do 125.
135.
Female or male?
Whatever you want. We could have been,
Yeah.
but she could have made something up.
You can make some matchups up. So you got to look at our 35 division. Right now we have Cameron Smotherman, Josh Walker, Junior Cortez,
Yep, Cameron. You already said Cameron. Elijah Smith, Gabriel Wanderlei.
Wanderlei, Sean Mora,
Yeah.
Mondo Gutierrez,
A fight I've always wanted to see is Smotherman versus Reed.
Karan Reed. I like it.
What's gonna happen?
That was going to
It's a
happen
little,
a while ago.
different.
Now it's a little different now.
now.
It was
kind of stretched out, but we almost
Right.
made that on a day's notice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Karan went to jail.
Yeah, I remember that. He went missing.
Karan went to jail.
Yeah.
We almost had that fight. I'd like to see
So
Walker
close.
Smotherman.
No audio
That would
from
be
IG.
fireworks.
Sorry, guys.
Hey,
I don't know what the issues with the audio.
hey, let's get who's in charge of that? Zuckerberg? Yeah. Text him real
Practicing my
quick.
freestyling.
You got that Jeep?
I think I know what it is.
That purple Drake?
I bet it's sitting on.
What is that?
Yeah, Diego spilled
It's
codeine on a wire, so there's no audio going to IG.
Anybody around?
Vodka.
I think it's pretty good. It's like the tropical is doing good with the banana.
Yeah, while we fumble fuck with audio issues, happy to you got it, D?
Already fixed it, baby.
These nuts.
Sweet.
Who copied
Podcast
UFC?
brought to you by Live Oak Texas Vodka, proud sponsor of Fury Fighting Championship, along with Howler Head Whiskey, getting that monkey spirit in us, along with Mia Grawe and Sandy Jerez.
You think Live Oak has like mixologists that came up with a bunch of drinks? For
Yeah, they do.
Cocktails?
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
Daniel's out
I'm
there
the mixologist.
slinging
I know
stuff around.
You are here. You're the professional
Be
mixologist here
mixing
because
shit up. When I retire from Fury, I'm gonna fucking be a bartender somewhere.
Yeah. You gonna need to work still? That sucks.
Golly.
Damn.
Even if I don't have to work, I want to work.
Yeah, I got you.
I can't sit at home.
I'm the same. I can't not work.
I
I gotta
just
do
get
something.
old and shit. I gotta do something, bro.
Yeah. No, I could. Bartenders is a fun gig.
It's a fun gig.
Yeah.
If I was behind the
Hours.
bar, would you come order a drink
Yeah.
from me?
Probably just get a shot.
It just everything's tequila. That's all he's got. Like,
Hey,
he's just
Eric,
fucking mixing
she said she
tequila.
wants a shot. Pour her a shot.
Oh, is it shot time?
Is it shot
Look
o'clock?
at her
Look
face.
Oh, cock. I like that.
Generous serving.
It's a shot.
It's not bad.
It's a very,
no.
very modest
Yeah.
Is it
serving.
really? See, I don't
Yes.
really drink, so I don't know. To
Yeah,
me,
that's
I'm
very
like,
modest. That's a mini shot right there.
That's
Oh,
a
mini shot.
it's a warm up.
Oh,
That's a warm up.
that's a finisher for me.
That's,
Hey,
that's
don't
a,
say finisher that close to Diego.
that's a start of the night. Yeah, Diego's. You gotta be careful. I'm sorry you had to sit by him in the first place.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Anything.
Who watched the fights this weekend?
Man, yeah.
It was a good fight.
I fell asleep before the main.
I was fighting my sleep.
Yeah.
I was
I was
fighting my
watching it
sleep.
from the concert. I liked it.
What concert?
Zach Bryan.
Oh, cool.
Tight pants, country guy.
I love
Tight,
country music.
tight pants country.
I wouldn't look like the type of guy.
Yeah, you don't
that-
look like it. I was like,
Oh, I love
Tight
country.
pants, auto-tune, country.
He looks like the only
No,
thing he
he's
listens
not
to is rap,
auto-tuned.
right?
No, he's good.
I'm a big
man.
fan of
And
Zach
he
Bryan.
I
sounds-
know what he looks like. He listens to.
He sounds great live.
Yeah.
Just
Does
like
he?
his album. Yeah.
Would have been. That'd have been cool to go. Yeah, that's awesome.
Bitch.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Great concert.
Sounds like
Son of a
fun,
bitch.
right?
Yeah, sounds
Jerry
great.
was
Did
there.
you,
Yeah.
you
Jerry
didn't go
No,
there?
no,
Yeah.
I didn't.
I looked at my phone. I didn't have any.
He brought me back a hoodie.
Yeah, me
Thanks,
neither.
Jeremy.
No messages. That's crazy.
Big Zach
Yeah,
Bryan
man, we
fan.
showed up and like they brought us a big fucking box full of
Awesome bullshit.
Yeah, right.
nothing but fucking merch.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Wow.
Wow.
So I told Jeremy,
Golly.
like they grabbed him.
Eric
and his
was like,
daughter.
"There's no way one person should have all this
Yeah.
free shit."
Yeah.
Wow.
If
thank
only,
you.
if only I thought about my friends after I knew I had more.
When
passes.
I saw that it was all mediums and larges, I was like, "There's no way this shit's gonna fit my guys." You gotta have some XLs in here. Sorry.
y'all have any fat fuck shirts in there? No. Okay. All right. Just checking.
Mediums,
Cover
smalls,
man
and
boots.
XLs. It was clearly for the kids.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool, man.
didn't get shit.
I'm glad you win. I hope you stub your toe later. So, hey, we got a new
Did
welterweight
Jason House
champion.
make it out there with you?
No, he was in Manchester.
That's one of his guys. I know.
Yeah, he was in Manchester.
So we have a new welterweight champion of the world, Bilal Muhammad,
Remember
defeated
Boring.
Leon
Was
Edwards.
that Vlad boring? What did Dana say? He's like, he's been training with Khabib, and it showed.
Yeah. So
What's that supposed to be?
It's
I didn't see the fight, but I called it whenever we were
He
talking to
said-
Bob last week. I asked, "Do you think we're going to get a finish?"
He
Because I didn't
said
think we would. I figured it'd
Dana
go to the
wasn't
judges.
Happy. In my opinion, I don't think Dana was happy.
he wasn't.
He
No.
said
He
it
didn't
was
look happy.
It
He
wasn't
wasn't.
a barn burner.
It wasn't, but not every fight can be a barn burner.
gotta do what you
and
gotta
do.
and
What?
and if
Yeah.
you're Bilal Muhammad, if you get just into a barn burner, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose against Leon Edwards.
But I think you'll receive
Right.
more praise from Dana fighting that way than fighting.
But what will your paycheck look like?
But will you have the belt around your waist? You know?
this one, and he's like, "Never again."
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
so
that's another thing.
so they're bringing the bonuses back down,
50K.
and
What did he
it's
bump him up to?
they were at 100K.
Well, so every time there's a press conference, you get those guys in the
Everybody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
300 bonus. It's 300, 303, and Dana's like, okay, fuck it. But this
Yeah.
time he's like, obviously more money is not gonna make these guys fight harder, so I'm fucking never doing it again.
It's-
That's it. I'm done.
I can understand why Muhammad didn't. So listen. Here's your options.
There's no excuse for boring, Rich.
There is because at the end of the day,
Safety first.
I can't pay my kids off of exciting. I can't feed my family off of
But
just exciting.
You can get cut.
You can, but you're not
We
going
just
to
seen
not
that-
going to
who's the guy that just
not
got
get
cut?
you're not getting cut as the champion.
I don't know, man.
You're not getting cut as the champion.
Majority
I
of
don't know. Demetrius Johnson got cut as the champion.
He got traded.
Right?
He got traded.
He doesn't have a lot of
Fuck out.
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have any lot. Like, he has no finishes, right? Below.
Law?
Bilal, I don't think he has any finishes in the
Right?
UFC.
They're all decision.
Fuck that.
He has
But
To
Five-
get the
he-
belt,
he
like,
has
you gotta
6
do what you gotta
finishes.
do. I agree.
in
Like,
their
he
last
fought
20 plus
smart.
fights,
he has 6 finishes.
Okay.
He has 18 decision wins.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so you're right. He is he an exciting fighter? No. But also he went through the division.
He did what he had
He
to
did
do.
exactly what. Listen, this is who he beat. He beat Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, Vicente Luque, Stephen Thompson, Damian Maia, and Diego Lima in a row,
Okay, now.
all in a row, to be able to get a shot. And now listen, if you become the champion, you change your life because now you get champions pay. You can get pay-per-view points. So do I want to go out there and risk it to get half of a paycheck?
I would have a talk with Dana before I went out there and be like, listen, man, I can do this thing 2 ways. I can go out there and I can be exciting as fuck and roll the dice and give you a hell of a show for you and the fans, or I can go out there and do my boring shit and what I got to do to win. What's going to make you more happy and what's going to keep my career in the UFC longer?
So then what do you do with the fact that Bilal outstruck Leon? Is that
He
him
hit him
being
with
boring?
a 1-2 and took him down.
Is that him being boring, or is that
He
is
hit him with
that
a 1-2 and hung on to him for dear life.
is that
Leon didn't get no-
is that
Those
Leon?
were nice takedowns, though.
They were.
Really
Beautiful.
Really nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
The way I see it is I feel like my opponent has to earn a war, you know? Like, if I can dominate you in one area, then, like, why would I give you a
So
easy...
I agree.
That's like a beat.
I agree with that mindset. The problem, and here's the problem. We all know, as we've seen lately, fighters get cut. Tell you, here's a great example. We talked about this earlier. Nate Maness.
Y'all know
I'm
who that is?
butchering his fucking name.
He's a flyweight.
Let me give. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, though, that
In the UFC?
Yes.
Mick
he
tells
was.
me all the time that he has put a lot of time and effort into the flyweight division, and he's not going to bring any boring decision guys.
So if I tell you,
Now, this is- I don't know.
there's got to be more to the story. Fighter is 16-3. He's 5-2 in the UFC with 3 performance of the night bonuses in 7 fights. Coming off of 2 wins in a row.
Against
and
who?
Against Jimmy Flick and Mateus Mendoza. His only losses were to Umar Nurmagomedov, who's 14, who's undefeated, and Tajar Ulabenkov, who's 13-2.
Okay, so I was confused then.
So did he get cut or what happened?
This is a different. You're talking about another guy too. There's two guys that got cut this week. This is Nate
Muhammad
Maness.
Mokaev, right?
Okay, so this guy's 2-2 in his last 4 fights. They can cut him?
With performance of the night bonuses, winning.
tough
He's
out there,
5-2
man.
in the UFC.
Hey, don't
you're
put me in that
you're
matchmaking
giving
spot.
you're giving him performance.
out there.
You're giving him
cold.
performance of the night bonuses, and you're also saying it's just not enough. And now there has to be more to it. For me, I think there's got to be more to this story than just you're not an exciting fighter because you don't get performance of the nights
Without
not being an exciting fighter.
Being late.
His last 2, he got performance of the night?
He got one against Mateus
Did he get
Mendoza.
one against Flick?
He got performance of the night against Mendoza, and he did not get one against Flick.
But did he get finishes?
Did he finish Flick?
He finished Mateus. He didn't finish Flick.
Okay.
He went 1-1 on finishes.
Okay, and how many fights has Flick won in the UFC and finished?
Okay, how about this? He's had 2 decisions in the UFC and 3 finishes.
I don't know.
This is where I'm saying, like, on paper, he kind of fits a lot of what Mick's asking for. But there has to be something more to it than just he got cut.
Mick saw something he didn't like, and that's just fucking what it
Maybe
is.
so. Now, Mokaev, there's clearly more to that story. The guy was undefeated, coming off of a victory.
Is that the one that just fought?
Yeah.
Okay, so what
and
did Dana say?
he got cut because he's boring.
Exactly.
He got cut because he's boring, and also he had a chance to
Did y'all watch that
re-sign.
fight?
I don't think so.
So for those who don't know, he had a chance to re-sign
He
before his fight, and he rolled the dice on himself, thinking that he could get a bigger contract, and he got cut.
That's why I would have cut his fucking ass. But those were those 2 flyweights
That's what I was
Yeah.
wondering.
That
that
were
were
fighting
going,
before,
like
yeah.
at weigh-ins, they started trying to charge each other and shit.
Who was it again?
Cape and
Oh,
Mokaev.
yes, I did see that. So who got cut? I'm sorry.
Mokaev got cut.
And
the guy
then
who
Dana
won.
said these dudes acted like some fucking killers, like
Yeah,
they were gonna.
that was
and then they went in there and did some
okay.
point fighting
That's what I'm
shit.
looking
I did
for,
watch
yeah.
that fight.
Disappointing.
Actually, yeah.
Now,
Very
also,
anticlimactic. They were like
Yeah.
trying to go at each other, and then they were just like,
now what
Oh,
Dana
I don't
has
blame
come
him.
out and said, Dana
don't blame
did come
him.
out and say that the matchmakers don't like messing with him. They don't like interacting with him.
There you go.
They don't like the additional shit that he's done outside of the cage, which is getting in fights in hotels.
Yeah.
You know, like he's done a lot of dumb things outside of there. Because what people forget in this industry, yes, you are fighters, but you are a business.
professional.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
have
Yeah.
to be
That's what I was
professional.
wondering. I was wondering if it's less of fighting and more of like what he's doing.
It's
outside
it's
of it.
it's a both.
stupid
Like
to
he
roll
was
the dice
he was
on
kind of a
himself.
boring fighter. It's so hard to say someone who's undefeated and winning is a boring fighter, especially if like you said, if I can take you down and you can't get up, why do you deserve to stand with me?
But you
The
can't
problem-
finish me. What, you gonna hug me for 2
That's
hours?
that's the difference where you look
I'm
at.
in no danger. Let me just lay here.
That's the
Yeah.
difference in a Bilal Muhammad and a Habib. Habib was finishing guys. He would get you down, pound you out, and then submit you. Where Bilal's just not finishing people.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't.
So what
It-
are
it
those
comes
guys doing
down-
in a street fight?
In a street fight,
Yeah.
you just don't get in one.
Do they just lay on you?
Yeah.
You see that girl who had that egg swinging and she's like squatting down.
Yeah.
She turns around and squeezes
Yeah.
it. Have you seen that video? It's a video and there's this lady and she has like an egg on a rope and she's practicing or some shit and like the egg will swing and she'll turn around and squeeze it.
Yeah.
And then her boyfriend comes up and grabs her butt and she turns around and grabs his
Oh
nuts.
my God, no, never seen that.
Repetition.
That's what it is. She's training.
Hey, shout out to Tonio Figueiredo up on here saying, "What's up, gang?"
It's my boy.
That's the
That's
guy,
Tonio.
man. Knockout of the year so far. Like
Yeah, that was
it's gonna
crazy.
take a big moment to.
He
to
hit me
top
up this
that.
morning
That was
asking if he
nuts.
could be on the main card for his next
He
fight.
hit me up also.
About that?
Yeah, and I told him the exact same. Listen, well, I'll tell everybody while we're on air.
Let me see
He
if it's
is-
the same answer
Tell
I
us.
gave.
Okay, easy. This is easy. You're young in your career. There's a few things that matters. How many fights do we have on the card? The records of the other guys on the card. I can't take off a 3-1 and a 3-0 to put on a
That's
put on
exactly
to put on a 1-0 guy versus a 1-1. So whether you're exciting or not, that's not the issue. The issue is that we have 10 other fights who are exciting also, because we really don't have any stinkers on our roster. Like we try to cleanse ourselves of that because Mick and Sean don't want that. So I can't guarantee it. As somebody who's a massive fan of him, and so is Eric, do we want him on that main card? Of course we do. Of course we do. Can I guarantee it? No.
It's just timing. It'll
I can't.
happen.
Yeah, a lot of it is timing. A lot of it is the card that you're on. You know, like when you look at a card. If I got Bruce Whitehead and I've got Josh Walker,
Manshur
and I've got
Kara,
Manshur Kara,
Eckerstein.
and you've got all these guys with bigger records. How do I put in that 1-1 guy?
Okay.
You know, it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's got nothing to do with like his style, because he speaks so well on the mic. Like he's got the look, he's got the talent, he's knocking people out. Your time will come, and who knows? We could get to that fight. A fight falls off, he'd be one of the first ones that we'd look to bump up.
Who did he think was lying, me or you? That he had to reach out to the next one.
I don't know. He might have reached out to both of us at the same time. Hey, listen, so y'all all know, if you ask either one of us a question, you're probably going to get the same answer. Because we're both probably hey, you know what someone just asked me? Because we talk all the time. So, like, we're not going to bullshit you when it comes to that, though. Like, we want exciting on the main card. Is Antonio an exciting fighter?
Yeah.
1,000%. Do I want him on the main card? 1,000%.
Is he fighting next?
Yeah.
Who?
No.
Drake.
Yeah. Was that confirmed?
I booked him yesterday with Drake Lopez.
Fun fight. Two finishers.
Drake Lopez. Is he
Two
from San
finishers.
Antonio? Okay.
He was supposed to fight Alex De La Cruz, and I don't know what happened to Alex.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at
Alex is tough.
that card we're talking about, 922, right?
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's
insane.
it's already insane, man. So
That's
like,
what Bruce is on?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
it's really hard to like be like, yeah, I can definitely put you on here. Do we want to? 1,000%.
We just added an October 6th card because there's so many guys who wanted to fight 922 and we have no rep.
Oh, you got October now?
We just booked up. We're doing October 6th.
I mean, there's definitely a chance that he could get onto this card if some of these other ones fall off.
The main?
Yeah, there's a chance if 10 and 14 were to fall off. I mean, 14 we're gonna book. I know we're gonna.
So look, we're supposed to have 6 to 7 fights on the main card.
We do 8 to 10.
How many are on the main
There's
card?
10
now?
right there.
There's 10 fights on the main. So we're already 4 over. So if we lost 2, like we'd be at 8. We're still over what we're supposed to have.
And
just don't tell us.
I'll tell you this right now, and again, I'm going to tell you a fight that's underneath it that I would probably move up first. No offense to him, Zach Henson and Tony Toro. Tony Toro is a fucking banger.
He's 4
Yeah.
and 1.
He's 4-1. Had a Fight of the Year candidate last year with Ali Mon.
Yeah.
Like the
Josh
dude's a
and
banger.
It's 4-1 versus 4-1.
Yes.
Prelims.
It's so. It's hard to be like, yeah, I'm going to pop you up when I mean there's so many names and man, we're blessed to be in H-Town. H-Town has so many amazing fighters, and we can bring people in very easy from other cities and other states because we have our airports here. I mean, it's super easy. So speaking of awesome fights, man, wait, we got to finish out this UFC card because fucking Tom Aspinall, baby,
Now he did his fucking thing.
I didn't see that coming.
he's a
He did
motherfucker.
his
I suck
thing.
at picking fights, though, so I suck.
So whatever you pick, go the opposite route.
Yes,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I've been on the Aspinall train for a while now. I feel like he's the motherfucker of motherfuckers. Like he's a bad dude, you know. And when you look at the way he fights, for him to be, he's finishing top guys.
So
One punch dropping him out.
Tom Aspinall or John Jones?
Yeah, he put Curtis Blazes lights out.
You can't pick anybody against John Jones.
Yeah.
So John
Like
Jones?
John Jones. Yeah, I have to. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Until somebody proves me wrong,
It could be him.
it could be.
could be.
I
Could
don't
be.
think so.
No.
I don't think Aspinall's a guy. You want to bet right now?
What we betting?
Right
What we betting? Hand job?
Oh my God.
I get to pick who gives you the hand.
I get to pick who gives you yours. Brian and Diego.
Always
Yeah.
picking on me.
No, I don't think. I don't think. Listen, is it the time to beat John Jones? Maybe. Was he 35, 36, 37?
37.
Yeah, John Jones is older now. Like
He's 37.
and you're talking about a 31-year-old Aspinall. Now, again, John Jones is the king of kings. So like there's nothing even close to that guy.
Jesus Christ is the King of Kings.
There you
So
go.
Amen.
Through our Lord and
Savior.
Savior, all things can be done,
Everybody take a shot.
including Tom Aspinall knocking out John Jones. I don't know. Like, does anybody think John Jones is beatable right now?
I don't.
When's the
think
last time
everyone's
he's fought?
beatable.
Like 2 years ago?
Just one shot away.
I'm
A
with
year ago,
I'm with Sandy.
Cyril
He's so
Gahn.
very
Anyone's
technical.
beatable. John
John?
Jones is the
Yeah.
GOAT, but I
I
mean,
think who came the closest to beating Jones?
Reyes, Dominic
Reyes
Reyes,
and
or
Gustafsson.
the guy.
Gustafsson.
Yeah,
Matt Hamill.
Gustafsson. Well, also there was the other fight in between there. The guy who tore both of his ACLs during the fight. Fuck.
Jeez, that sounds awful.
Dude,
That fought
he
John?
kept throwing leg. Yes, he kept throwing leg kicks.
I don't remember anybody that was super close besides Reyes when they fought in Houston.
Dude, I'm telling you what.
When was that?
It's my cousin.
Oh yeah.
That was and people thought that Jones lost that fight.
2018-ish, I think.
Yeah, 2019 maybe.
Yeah. That
That was
All right,
before
so
I
here
was
you go.
really in it.
No, like Joseph.
Oh, here you
got
go.
A lot of heat
So-
because he's looking at the floor, not watching the fight. He's watching them.
Y'all all forgot. Thiago Santos went to a split decision with John Jones.
Yeah, but I feel
tore
like-
both ACLs during the fight.
I
That
think
hurts
the
my
Reyes
knees.
fight was still closer.
I mean, not one judge gave it to him.
Give it to who?
Reyes.
He got fucking robbed.
Maybe, but judges actually gave this to Santos. Up until then, it
What
hasn't
city
even
was
been
that?
close for John.
I gotta go back and watch that one.
Yeah. same.
John was in Las Vegas, man. Like John's hometown.
That's not his hometown.
That's just. I mean, he's the king of Vegas. Come
That's
on,
where he
baby.
goes
You're
to
not
jail.
fighting in New
That's
Mexico.
where he goes
Side
to jail.
chick, hometown.
And it was March of 2023 was the last time he fought.
Okay.
How many times has he been in trouble since
Go.
then?
Dude, how about this?
Yeah, I
He
just saw some other
2023.
stuff about him.
Before that, it was 3 years before he fought. Before that, it was a year before he fought. Before that, it was 2
he came
years.
back as a heavyweight, too.
That's
He's a
true.
205.
He's the goat, dude. I'm telling you, he's the
DC's the
goat.
goat.
I love DC's my favorite fighter of all time, outside of Chael
really?
Sonnen. Yeah, I love DC.
You like Chael Sonnen?
I love. Yeah, I
Chael
do.
Sonnen's
I
funny.
do. The greatest
I
silver
went down
medalist
a
of all
rabbit hole
time.
on Chael Sonnen the other day.
Yeah?
Just watched all his interviews.
He's amazing,
and his
right?
Fights. He's hilarious.
He
like Bisping.
Bisping's great.
Bisping, that's like to me, that's relatable. Number
Yeah.
one, but number
GSP.
two, like that guy has a lot of heart, man.
Yeah, for sure.
GSP
Fight with
always
one eye.
forever be
I'm
my
saying,
favorite.
Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
Lying to commissions to be able to pass the physicals, like that was so awesome.
He just memorized the shit.
He just memorized the
That's
fucking board. How
crazy.
cool is that?
That's old school.
Yeah, like I love
Did you do
it.
it, Diego?
Bisping's a great fighter. I think when
Can you
talk
say the
about
alphabet
like
backwards,
the
Diego?
greatest of all time, he's not in that conversation. Maybe if you're specific about like toughest fighters of all time,
Who's
fucking
in the
Bisping.
greatest of all time?
I think it's easy. I think it's John Jones.
GSP.
I think it's GSP. It's Anderson Silva.
And
You got to add Demetrius Johnson in there unless you're a sizist. And and then it's kind of it pops open after that. Like of who could it be? Stipe is considered the greatest heavyweight of all time. But I don't have him
mention
top.
some
I don't have him top
women.
5. No one else has defended the belt 3 times. Who's better than Stipe?
Would you throw O'Malley in there?
Sean O'Malley? Not yet.
That's too
He hasn't
soon,
done
yeah.
enough yet.
no.
He hasn't done enough yet. Dan Henderson, I would put in there. Randy Couture's top
I'm
10.
a huge Max Holloway fan.
Max Holloway is
Max
not.
Holloway's
So, do you
fucking
put him
dope.
above Jose Aldo? Because he went 12 years undefeated.
Who was the first winner of the Ultimate Fighter?
First winner of the Ultimate Fighter season 1 was
Yes.
Nate, and Diego Sanchez.
This Forrest Griffin.
It was 2 guys. It was
No, who had like that crazy? Like,
that was Bonner
Forrest
Griffin
That's the one I'm thinking.
Season
of.
2.
season
Yeah.
That
1.
was season.
Man.
That was season
Season
1.
two.
No.
Season 2 was
That
Rashad
was the
Evans
very
at heavyweight.
first- that was the very first season.
That was the first one, right?
I forgot who was the other winner.
I don't know if they did 2 every
I
season.
think they did 2 for the.
I don't think
first
they
couple
did the
seasons.
first
Rashad
one.
Evans. Season 3 was Michael
Going off
Bisping,
of memory,
Yeah.
though.
right?
Yeah. Let me see here.
Forrest Griffin got the first one.
Let me see if we can pull up here what season.
Those old seasons of the Ultimate Fighter. Back in like
Oh,
the
they were
early
so
2000s
good,
with the
man.
tap out shorts.
That Bonner Griffin
I
fight
haven't
is
watched
still
the full
like
You gotta
my
go watch it. It's
all-time
so
favorite
entertaining.
fight.
They
Let
pulled
me
a-
be.
they
Season
pulled
1
a
through
lot
5,
of
yeah.
guys out of that
are
first
the good ones.
season.
Good old
and
days.
added them to the roster. You remember when Nate Marquardt got slept by Rich Franklin
Oh, dude.
with that straight left, and he just
I remember I was this massive Rich Franklin fan, and I still remember sitting. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I knew about Anderson Silva. I was a big
Oh, yeah.
Pride guy,
I was so surprised, bro.
but in my head I'm like, Franklin's got this. Like he's a better overall fighter, and I put like $500 on that fight, and I'm sitting. There. Yeah. I was a
Big
believer.
baller.
I was a believer.
He had to move out of the trailer park the
I
next
did.
month.
I did.
He thought he was moving
And
into a house.
hey, and it was.
Thought he was going to Sizzler.
I'll never forget Franklin's face
It was
when
smashed.
he's clinched up, he's been smashed, and he's looking up at the ceiling like, "Oh my God, what am I doing?"
He had
And then
no idea. Play it, Diego.
my favorite, thanks Diego. My favorite
thought we had a computer
like
set up
quote
there.
I've ever
I had
seen in
it.
fighting.
I had it.
Well, what are we doing?
Franklin dropped one of my greatest.
You have to
lines
tell him again today,
in his
right now.
second fight with Anderson
brought it
Silva.
to him.
I'm just
It
gonna
was
stop
set
talking.
up. It was set
No, I
up.
want to hear
Yeah,
it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for that. Go ahead. We got 12 conversations going on. We'll wait. You guys good? We're good? We're clear? Okay, so back to what we were
Fuck
talking
this guy,
about.
man. He's been talking for 45 minutes.
Play it.
Play it, Diego. Fucking producer extraordinaire. So I don't know who won season 3. I can't find it on
Bisping.
here. Season 3 was Bisping, and who else though?
I don't know if it was always 2.
I think it was 2, man. Let me see.
I could be wrong.
Let me see here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves
wrong
while I figure this out. All right, Michael Bisping won season 3
Yup. Evans was 2.
with Nate Diaz.
Okay. That was kind of a fluke with Manny Gambarian.
Yeah.
Where he kind of threw his shoulder out in the finale.
Listen to some of these winners, man. Oh yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I like? Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, Susan Landor. He's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
185.
I like
Who's
his
that guy
name.
with the red hair, that crazy guy?
Chris Lieben.
Yeah.
Chris-
I like him too.
He
man.
broke the door down.
Did he?
Do you remember that? Yeah. So he was before.
There was a lot of door breaking in the
before
early days.
Rampage broke that door down. Chris Lieben like headbutts a door
Okay,
in the house and that breaks the door down and shit. He's out crying in a yard like he's crazy.
He was crazy.
Crazy
He's still,
six-year-old coach.
he's doing bare knuckle now, right?
CTE's
Yeah.
real, guys.
He's doing bare knuckle.
I think he's just retired, but he
So
was.
he
doing
was.
very nice.
He was. I think he
Rich's old
retired,
coach
didn't he?
was on Ultimate
He's a
Fighter
ref.
season 1.
Yeah.
Really?
Something about that.
Christ. Yep.
Sam Hoger. He's the one who taught Rich everything.
Everything I know.
That's why he knows nothing.
That's not. I gotta put.
And on that note, Rich is gonna lube up.
I know. Fucking arm hurts.
That's why he knows nothing.
The
Oh, you got some fresh ink.
man, it's been like a week, but it's like it's at that stage where it's kind of like scab enough and like
Eat your
it's right there in that pitch.
Right there in the
Every time you move your
the
arm, it's
bend of your arm.
break it up every time. Can't hear y'all. Might be my phone. Your phone sucks.
Yeah, get off that cricket, homie.
Get on Apple. Who has Samsung over
Hey,
here?
just because I leave you over y'all got
Nobody.
Thank God. Just kidding.
Mia, you got a Samsung?
no. I
So,
got
hey,
iPhone.
did you guys see
I
that they
thought about
released
going to
the
Samsung.
seating chart for the Sphere
Yeah.
for
It's like opera seating.
I don't know if you guys saw. Me and Patrick
The-
Hutton's going.
the okay, yeah. Patrick Hutton's got his tickets already.
They're like
The
$2,000,
the
right?
cheapest ticket. No. The cheapest ticket in the house is $3,000. $3,000 just sitting in nosebleeds.
I got the hookup.
Yeah, well, you ain't gonna take me, so enjoy
You'll
it.
wrestle for it.
Let's go.
I guess I'm
I'm going for the left. I'm going for the left elbow. No, you got shit. Let's go. I got this shit. Arm bar. Hey man,
Shit.
I know Chaz Taylor.
How's that going to work though with the screen? Are they going to do like so everyone's on one side of the cage, right?
Yeah.
And then you have obviously the
The
sphere.
big spirits.
And looks like it.
Yeah,
Are they going to show
the
fight,
cage is going to be
or,
down
like-
front, like
From what I understand, they're going to have the fight like
the big screen.
massively on the screen.
Wow.
like
Is
a
that gonna be
planetarium or
I was
something.
about to say.
To the
Right?
to the guys
there's going to be
fighting?
7,000
Even to
wrecks
the-
on the freeway that night.
Could you imagine fighting and looking up and see a 40 foot tall version of yourself up fighting? Like, how
I'd be
could you?
like,
How could you? Yeah, how could you
she's-
not
she's
be like, oh, I got her. All
I'm
right.
saying, like, that's going to be weird.
It's gonna be awesome.
You remember whenever
I don't
LeBurge
think we're ready
opened
for it.
in
We're
Lake
not ready for
Charles,
that.
and whenever you went over the Death Bridge in Lake Charles, whenever they opened, they used to have like laser lighting, like going across the bridge and like
in the
dude,
fucking eyes or
yeah, it's like,
driving.
oh my
Yeah.
god, this is gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, the sphere is gonna be like
Insane,
twice
man.
that. It's gonna be
Did
insane.
you
Like
see how
all the
much-
distractions, people driving by
See how
trying
much
to watch
they said
that
they've
shit.
spent so far on this card.
16 billion.
$16 billion.
Yeah.
They're still gonna lose money even
How
at 3K
Million.
cheap ticket.
Million. Yeah, 16 million. Yeah, you were close. 16,
Hey,
16 billion.
we're running with this.
I mean,
See, that's why Dana can't pay the fighters more, is because these shows are $16
But also,
billion
did you
to
see-
put on.
Do you see Dana go after MGM because they're doing the Canelo fight
Same night.
in the same night in Vegas,
at T-Mobile.
and he's like, "Fuck those guys."
Fuck him. I mean, that's his venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to be honest, Dana should fucking own that T-Mobile. Because the UFC brings the biggest fucking
Yeah.
hits. So I would have threw ADCC the fuck out when they decided not to.
Listen, they're gonna-
fight
Is
that.
ADCC going to be the same night?
No, but
ADCC 's
they're, but
a
they're still
different day.
but they're still going to his venue.
Yeah, they're going to his venue.
So when they chose Flow over Fight Pass, I would have said kick fucking rocks and find another venue. Kick rocks.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Fuck
You're not wrong, but hey,
Let me
Craig.
be the bad guy.
Hey,
Let me
Craig.
get in there
Craig
and be the
Jones is
fucking
out
bad
there
guy.
doing his thing that same weekend too.
Oh,
So.
good shit. Good for Craig.
So how do you go after them? Like, what do you say? Like, a little slap on the wrist?
Oh,
or
but
are they
no,
like-
he
said,
basically
"Fuck
was.
those
He's
guys."
like, "Fuck those
On
guys."
the press conference.
Okay.
And he's talking about MGM specifically, like because
Yeah,
he's
but
like,
I've heard they've done a lot of bullshit with him at the MGM Grand and
yeah.
Mandalay Bay.
Well, they kicked him out.
Yeah.
He can't go. He can't gamble there anymore
because he wins all the
because
time.
he wins
why?
too much money.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Evidently, the dude is a good gambler.
Yeah, you're not allowed to win at gambling in Vegas.
And when
true.
listen, when Dana gambles, it's a story I've heard. But when he's gambling and you're around him and he wins, he gives everybody $1,000,
Damn.
and you cannot say no because it's like bad luck to him.
Yeah, I would just keep walking around
So
next to him.
every
Just
time
hang out with him.
I know, right?
Yeah, we win. Congratulations. Alter egos. She was dope, dog. Congratulations, man.
you ain't got your thousand. You know.
You got like 6 shirts on, but you put your
Yeah,
shirt
different
off.
layers.
Congratulations, man. I'm just gonna go through all, in any alter ego we can come up with, man.
Just keep roping around, man. Just different wigs. Woo. All right, we ready? Good.
2 people in like a big suit.
Oh, I love it.
Rich, did you come up with your questions?
No, I didn't.
you
But
didn't.
you know what? We're gonna do some questions now, specifically for these ladies. Before we get to that point, because we're getting kind of close to the end of the show here, I want to make sure that we had our 8-man tournament this weekend for Submission Hunter Pro. That was fucking fun.
Oh, that was awesome, dude.
It was
Spectacular.
fucking underdog.
It was, dude. Dylan Melton,
Anthony Robinson,
Anthony Robinson.
Shaggy.
Hey, shout out! I want to give a shout out also to Carlos Diaz stepping up on like 1 day's notice to hop into an 8-man tournament that he didn't know he was going to be in, and came out with a beautiful super duck to start the match. Like I love his wrestling, man, and watching him go. So, but Ben Hodgkins took home the $5,000, man.
Were we talking about Ben Hodgkinson, the guy that won?
Yeah,
Shout out.
and he was worried he wasn't going to make it down here. Remember, he was calling you the day before. He's like, man, what time are weigh-ins? I don't know, man. I gotta get my shit
he
together.
was like, I gotta go back to Australia.
Yeah,
The next day, he was like, I gotta fly back to Australia.
yeah. His visa ran out or something. I don't know, but like they made him go back home.
So make sure you cash your check, man, before you go, because it takes forever to cash out there. I've written some
Internationally,
checks
they're going
for
to take all kinds of fees out of that, man.
the guys from Fight Pass Invitational. Some of them still haven't cashed their checks from May.
Taxation is theft.
Hey, and then this weekend we got a banger of a show out in Dallas as we have Cam Teague undefeated taking on Austin Lingo in our main event. Josh Walker co-main event taking on Reyes Cortez. Eli Urbina taking on Nick Maximov. Is it Maximov? Am I saying that right? Pena Alamov taking on Tracy Reeder, Kevin Rosas, and Ricky Romo, Jesse Rosas, and Caleb Peterwright, Emmanuel Calhoun, and Damian Anderson. And kicking our show off that night will be Craig Willingham and Darren Whitney. Damn, we put a lot of fights on cards.
That's just the main card.
Who's your pick for fight of the night?
Fight of the
Can't say
night?
your teammate.
Can I look at the roster?
Yeah, you can look at the list.
The lineup. Yeah.
You can't. You
Boy,
can't,
don't spill
say
this
your
Howler
teammate.
Head whiskey.
Can't say your team.
Liquid gold you're about to pour all over the table and my laptop.
Reader's fun. I like Reader.
Yeah, entertainment.
I don't know. I need to
I'm looking forward to that one probably the most. Pena Alamo and Tracy Reeder, that's going to be fight of the night candidate right there.
That's my sleeper of the
what I
night.
pick.
I feel like they're gonna hug each other to death.
you know
That's
what?
that's what I feel. They're gonna wrestle fuck each other. For
I hope they listen to the podcast and prove you wrong.
I think Kevin Rosas and Ricky Romo could be a banger.
I'm gonna say Caleb Peter
Yeah.
and Jesse Rosas.
Caleb Peterwright's
Caleb
never
is
in a boring
never in a
fight.
boring fight.
Never.
Ever.
Yeah,
And I
I
don't
do.
know. I mean, fucking Cortez and Walker could. Cortez is never in a fucking boring fight.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick him.
The problem for me with picking that fight as like a fight of the night is that at any point if Walker starts to feel like overwhelmed on the feet, he has the ability to put him on the ground. Like he can. He's a fucking phenomenal grappler. So like I don't see him staying in this long firefight. Like he doesn't have to. So that's where
Cortez is the type of guy that makes you.
you're right. I mean,
How good of a wrestler is Elijah Smith?
he's very good.
He got
You're
knocked
right.
by Cortez.
You're right.
Like he couldn't get Junior to the ground.
All that we're not even talking about Eli or
Maybe
Urbina.
Mihaela Kella versus Valerie Soto.
Like this guy's gonna crack
That
each
might be a
other.
banger.
Of Elijah though,
Look at fucking the turn he's done. He's won like 4 straight since then.
Yeah.
He's knocking on title fight doors.
Yeah, Elijah Smith's right there. We're going to have some exciting news with him coming up
I'm gonna
pretty
go
soon.
with the girls, Valerie and Mihaela.
they're on the prelims.
I was going to say, I didn't see any
okay.
girls on that main
They are
card.
on the prelims though.
Yeah.
Girls always bring good fights.
Amber's fighting too.
exciting.
Val's
Yeah.
a dog. I mean,
Yeah, she
At
is.
strawweight.
Yeah, she is.
I think Val can beat her husband up. I mean,
if I was married to Val, I'd shut the fuck up.
Do
Right.
the dishes.
That's why,
Know your
that's
role.
why you never hear Cody saying shit. He just keeps his head down.
And just smiles. Just smiles. Cody's a good man.
That's fucked up.
Val can scrap, bro. She's
Hey.
Mexican.
Hey.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna finish out the show today with some questions for you two ladies because I know how we're gonna do this quite right here. I think we'll just have you guys. Will you point at yourself or point at the other person? How about that?
Okay. Are we
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, just like fucking
wing it. Let's do it.
Hit him with that one.
Let's get it.
Don't hit him with the Hitler thing, but like hit him with this one. Don't turn your hand that way. Yeah.
Don't do this.
Don't do this one.
Whatever
Oh
you do,
god damn
do
it!
that
And they both do it.
This is fine. That's not
about
cool.
this?
That's fine.
That's good.
Yeah, that's okay.
If you're handling a cab,
That's okay.
was that not what
Was
we're?
this a point at the other person?
Diego got to hit on the cap. Yeah. Yeah. So like, if you think
Fight!
the other person,
But should we turn around?
No. Yeah. Just we'll look at your faces.
Hold on.
Go for
What
it.
the
Let's
fuck? Who's asking the
I
question?
don't know. We're making shit up as we go, man. All right. Listen. All right. Question number 1.
Who's older?
After winning your fight, who's most likely to go on a shopping spree? That was easy. She went straight. Both of you went straight to Mia Grawe on that one. Okay, and you guys feel free to hop in with fucking questions because I can make up so many.
I had no
Brian
idea
Duvall, producer
what
extraordinaire.
we're doing or what's happening
Yeah,
right now.
we're just doing some
Random
who's
Q&A.
most
Who's
likely.
more likely?
Who's more likely?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian Duvall, I haven't had that much Howler. I'm gonna refrain.
Who's more likely to marry
This son of a
celebrity?
bitch.
You?
No, I don't know.
I mean, Bruce.
Bruce is a big
Bruce is a
Bruce is a
celebrity.
Golly, you don't have faith in your man or what?
Okay.
I mean, he could be a celebrity once
Yeah.
he gets to the UFC.
Yeah.
Mia's like, I don't know. He's got a funny laugh.
Who's most likely to get framed later on in their career for having a sex tape put out?
That's a Rich Burmaster question.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
That's a great question. Who's
Framed?
done some inappropriate? Yeah, like, hey, you
What do
should
you mean
be.
framed?
This shit's gonna come.
Like,
Like,
they
set
didn't
up.
really do it?
Like, no,
set up.
you did it,
Like,
and
you-
they're gonna
like,
release
You
it.
did it. They're gonna
Somebody
release
caught
it.
wind of it.
You're going to the UFC, and they're like, hey, I need 5K, or I'm releasing this video.
Oh, hey.
I don't think that would keep them from going to the UFC.
I didn't think it would either.
No,
Yeah.
because
That
Dana.
wasn't the point of the question.
Dana be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Dana be
we're
like,
all out of-
Dana be like,
Hey,
send
who's
me
made
a
him
copy.
oh, yeah,
sex
now she's
tape.
really in.
We just ruined these questions with that. We just went straight to the.
Next
That was a great
question.
question.
I think it was a great
I'm
question.
gonna say Mia.
Yeah, you deserve that. Fucking douche.
What happened? What happened? She threw.
Because I could see Bruce.
She threw a drink on him?
Oh, God.
Bruce in his
Next question.
You just see Bruce's cheeks walking away from the camera.
Hey, it's
Still
like
got his boots on.
Bruce in his boots. I was just about to say Bruce in his boots.
And then they'd be like, oh, so
Let me
that's
turn this
why
off.
They call him the goose. That's the real reason they call
I gotta go
him.
turn this camera off.
Oh my god.
Is that how a goose laughs? I don't
You got
know.
a question?
Hey, I know Bruce is laughing his ass
Hey,
off
listen,
right now.
we know the real answer. Every time Bruce finishes, he starts doing his wings like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man. You guys ruined my train of thought when it came to questions because I was killing it. We have a child in the room.
Hey,
now. Hello,
welcome into the studio,
hello,
young lady.
child. You need to go to the bathroom. Do
This
you have a dollar?
podcast brought to you by the letter D for Diego Reyes.
Woo.
How about
God
the
damn.
eyelash question?
Wow.
Oh yeah. So who's most likely to have an eyelash knocked off during a fight?
Yeah, I like makeup, but
Yeah?
I probably wouldn't wear eyelashes during a fight.
Those are real.
They're cute, though.
Yeah, they are cute. After Tracy, I don't know, she lost all her eyelashes.
Yeah.
Have y'all-
after
have
that,
y'all-
like,
Like,
hard
from the
no.
root.
Have y'all worn eyelashes in a fight before?
Never. I've worn them, like, just for, like, a prom or something. They're so uncomfortable.
Like, why would you wear that?
They would just
Some of them
look
are like,
good, it's
can
cute.
they permanent?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
wouldn't you be
there's,
scared
like-
to get exactly what happened?
I mean, what's
happened?
the worst that's going to happen? You lose the eyelash.
You look like a fool.
So like,
Yeah, and then you got one
that-
You
falcon
can look like a
wing.
fool for a lot of things. In a
and then
fight.
one regular.
Eyelash,
Right.
That's true.
She still
I don't
looks
think
good,
that.
so-
That's true.
It wasn't a bad look. I mean, it was just an
Yeah.
obvious thing for people to talk about.
I think it was just. It was just.
I think it's so
But the thing-
socially accepted it
the thing I
doesn't
don't
fucking
think y'all
matter
understand
anymore,
is,
though.
like, it wasn't
Yeah.
just glued onto her eyelid. Like they like go and they take
Right.
the one hair
She got
and like
shit punched out.
super glue. Like so
Ask
that
her
means
next
her
They do what?
lashes are ripped.
They do. What?
Touchy subject.
They like separate and go one hair at a time and like super glue.
Who has that time?
It takes like 2-3 hours.
Hell,
Yeah.
not me.
So this shit's like permanent, kind of in there for a while.
Yeah, so that shit was ripped.
Depending
from
on
the
how hard
heart.
you get punched.
Could you?
I'd be
strike was
more
it, like a
impressed if
hook,
like
a
Leon
straight?
Edwards got a fake beard knocked off of him.
I think it was like a right hand.
Yeah, the beard just hanging down. Yeah. Whoa, his beard's
What are
falling
they
off.
called?
That'd be
Like the
pretty
little
cool.
toupees or whatever?
Yeah, toupees.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Whatever.
You never had
This
one?
is getting personal.
Yeah.
No, but Jeremy did have.
He never had one?
Jeremy had a funny
She's
idea.
shocked.
And we almost did
She's
it. and
shocked at the notion that you've never had a toupee.
I just never thought about doing it when he was like, dude, you know what you should do? Get some different stages of wigs and just start like slowly getting wigs. They get longer
I told you
and
that.
longer.
Wear
My hair's growing back. Yeah.
Wear a
Grow it back,
wear a
yeah.
different one to every show. He'll be up there on the
Like-
podium taking pictures.
Fucking flowing mullet back there.
Like,
I keep
Little flat
threatening.
top for one of them.
I keep threatening my daughters that I'm gonna grow out a skullet. You know, where you bald the front, a long ass mullet in the back. Yeah.
Tie it, braid it.
Ooh,
Don't they call it a
skullet.
I've
Yeah.
never heard that.
Yeah.
The Paul Heyman. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just fucking
Yeah.
go to Istanbul.
He keeps trying to take me to Turkey to get
Yeah,
hair.
that's the best place to do hair transplants.
You see fucking
I think I
the
can
guys. Now it's becoming a thing. Like it's just cool to do. Look at all the fucking the fighters that are doing it.
That's
Coaches,
because they're worried about.
Who did that
Yeah.
first?
involved and stuff.
Oh yeah, Dominic Cerrone. Cerrone was probably the
Paulo
biggest.
Costa.
Paulo
Paulo
Costa.
Costa.
Oh, I mean, look at the two guys that fought this past week in the UFC, Leon Edwards and
Yeah.
they're
Francis Ngannou did it.
little bald
Yep.
spots back there.
Yep. I never cared.
What's that?
Like,
That coach from Extreme Couture. What's his name?
Randy.
who?
Anyway, he did it.
Tim,
Sean,
I forget what his
Dave, Skip, Bob,
Rich,
Biff.
if
Tuggin,
he's Sean.
Donald.
He's Strickland's fucking coach.
Tim Welch.
Tim Welch is O'Malley's
Strickland.
coach.
Oh, O'Malley's coach. Oh, Eric.
that guy.
Nick Sick. Nick Sick.
His fucking shit looks great.
He went and got it done too.
And his fucking hairline's like sitting on top of his eyebrows.
That's
now.
crazy.
Like he's fucking 12.
I see those guys and they get like hairlines down to here. And you're like, what do you? Why?
going bald
Like you're not fooling anybody.
Never going bald
Never
again.
again.
Give me some extra just in case hairline. A little bit lower.
Eyebrow.
I feel like if you're a lady, maybe you would need that more because
But they
like
can embrace bald.
I think it's easier for a guy to be bald than it is for like a lady to
Would
be
you
bald.
send Bruce? To
I don't know. These
Istanbul
days, man, there's
to
some
Boston
beautiful bald women out there.
There's like
Be
7.
bald.
Don't ask me to name one.
as long as he has his
But you
mustache.
Just
like,
showing
well,
love.
There's like
Mustache
7.
is more
Yeah.
important than hair.
But it could be done like, Amber
So
Rose
if he
back
had
in the
no
day.
hair
I don't know
up
if she's
top,
still
as long
bald
as
or
he's got a
not.
as long as he's got the mustache.
Yeah.
So many inappropriate jokes. I have.
Why
Just
then?
I thought about
Why
shaving
the
my head.
mustache?
Have you?
Cool.
Yeah,
Just for a
We've
fight?
talked about it.
Yeah, but you know it'll grow back.
Shaving our head.
Yeah.
But you know it'll grow
Are
back.
you shaving your
I've
head?
considered it.
We were like, we'll do it together if we do it.
If one day I just reach
What do y'all
my
make B
breaking
win
point-
shave her head?
She would never. She's not fighting. She
try
need
it.
to.
B would never do that.
No, I don't see it happening either. But neither one of them answered the question why.
Well,
Why
sure.
what?
Why wouldn't she?
Why wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who knows?
She's done fighting.
Who knows? No,
She
she
can be-
just had a
she
fight,
fought.
MMA fighting.
and she said she's getting ready for another fight.
Yeah.
You can't have a shaved head if you're a bald boxer. You can't be a bald boxer.
You just don't grapple and clinch as much.
you don't really need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put my hair in a ponytail.
It would. It does make life a lot easier. I can tell you now. Like
Instead of having to like fix my shit
every
after
round.
every round.
Yeah, you don't
at
get
practice.
a break.
Yeah.
Every 30
But
seconds.
if it's braided, y'all don't have to worry about it, right?
No,
Both of y'all were braided up.
you have to be.
yeah,
Have we seen any girls in the cage that don't have braids?
I mean the closest would be Stephanie Calderon, but she has super short hair. Like her hair's
count,
like
though.
faded
Yeah.
and
What do
you
y'all
know.
think about that?
I mean, she's a female in the cage without braids,
She's
so it
fucking tough,
kind of has to
man.
count.
You talking about straw weight for her?
She's I.
Yeah, Stephanie. I mean, she's good.
She's tall.
She's very
yeah.
tall.
I
She's
don't know, like straw weight though.
She's at 25.
Yeah, but I'm
She's
saying he
25,
was
right?
thinking like her going down.
No, not to
straw
fight
weight.
y'all. I'm just
No,
what do
no.
y'all
No,
think
no,
of
no.
her
I'm
as
just
a
saying, like
fighter?
in general, like her dropping down a weight class. I feel like
I don't know if she
she's
could
just
make.
too-
I don't know if she could make the weight.
She's
Yeah,
already
I
she's
don't think so. I think she's a
I-
great striker.
I think
but-
at 25, she's where she is where she needs to be. She's
good, man.
for
She's
her
like 5'8", she's
for
tall,
her
though.
size. Like her being so tall is different in that
I feel
weight
like
class.
her and I have a very similar like stature.
Yeah,
Like very tall,
Long.
lean,
Yeah.
long limbs.
I mean for me that's realistically like someone who's in your division. So like when you look at someone like that who's kind of new to the scene, getting a lot of shine, you know, she's picked up her 5th belt. Like some crazy
She's
number.
got a
yeah.
pro debut like coming up. Like,
Yeah.
not fighting
Like
amateur
when you
no
see
more.
someone like that, not to be like, here's my game plan or something. Like, what do you think about a challenge like that, or just another fight to you?
It's just another fight. I think she has good striking. I haven't seen much from her.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm surprised Madison didn't try and wrestle her more. Huh?
I think I have like training with people like Sandy. Like I have
Yeah.
a good feel for like long fighters and like how to negate those kind of strikes or like people just staying on the outside.
Sometimes for wrestling, it's hard to fight a longer fighter. Sometimes it's easier because those limbs are just out there, but also sometimes if they know how to use their range properly, and like she did a really good job with her jab, and she kept her hands pretty low so the times that Madison did shoot in, like she was pretty easily able to defend it. But yeah, she's long. We haven't really seen anything of her ground yet. I don't think any of her fights have went to the ground that I know of. I mean, I haven't watched all of her fights, but I'm excited about our women's divisions. You know, like we have a lot of talent in our women's division. Yourself, Stephanie, as you get ready to turn pro. We got Olivia Beerley out there. Like there's a lot of really good female fighters, and I can tell you it's the most frustrating fucking divisions to deal with. 100%. It is so hard to match females, especially if you're any good.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard to find Madison a fight. It's so hard to find you a fight. It's so hard to get people to say
We worked our
yes.
ass to find Madison a goddamn fight.
Yeah.
Olivia Beerley, another one.
Right.
Dude, nobody wanted to fight Olivia.
We've got a 25er, Bia Mosquito, that I can't fucking get a matchup for. Black belt world champion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's okay. So she's trying to go into the MMA.
She had her first one, I think, right? Didn't she have her first fight? She had one fight.
They just messaged me
You,
right
you
now.
probably recognize her.
I think she's still
Brazilian.
trying.
She's a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black
She
belt.
was on the Fight
In
Pass
her
Invitational.
30s, right?
I'd like literally while we're sitting here, man. You got anything for Bia yet? I mean,
Yeah, maybe she hasn't had that. I thought for some reason she already had her first fight.
Nice.
Yeah, she is. Let's see, how old is she? Does it even tell me? She was born in 91. So what is that?
So
33.
yeah.
Yeah, but she's won ADCC, IBJJF World. She's won everything. Like everything you can think of, she's won. Pretty.
Invitational.
but we did offer her Olivia at 35 because she wanted to be a 35er first, and her team turned.
Man, I really thought this is gonna sound funny, but like I really thought when Olivia lost her last fight, this should be a little easier to match her up. Nope. Nope. Nobody. It's the female and the disparity. Sometimes you either have veterans with lots of fights, or you have beginners who don't want to take on that harder fight. There's no like in the middle. There's no finding like a 3-2 girl to fight a 1-0 girl. Like it's really hard to match up. And then for whatever reason, Tapology doesn't really care about the female divisions, because the men's division, they break down pound per pound, they break down weights, and they break down amateurs and pros. And the females, because there is a smaller pool to gather from, you go down a list and you may have the top 10 fighters, 6 of them in this state are amateurs, and then the pros are out there. Like, so it's a pain. I can tell you between Madison and Olivia in their last 2 fights, we have messaged probably 200, maybe 250 females.
That's crazy.
And the response is almost always like, we'll wait for the next one.
Why?
It's just there's just not a big pool of fighters. It's either she'll have fought 3 fights at 35. Oh, I'm a 25er now. Okay.
What are your
All right.
thoughts on World Pro? You gonna stay amateur for another one?
Yeah, I gotta get that belt. Get the belt, defend it, and then go pro. Yeah.
Are we going back to who would more likely?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go.
Yeah, that was fun until you asked some crazy fucking
Who
questions.
would be more- who would-
Hey,
Who would be
hey.
more likely to own their own business?
I would say maybe.
That's
go.
good.
Ooh, all right, they both
Good.
All right, who's more than likely to get into a bar fight?
I've been in a little bit.
If we're together, then we're getting in a bar fight.
That's why I don't drink, man.
Do you never drink?
I
Just not
used
today
to.
with us.
I used to a lot, not anymore.
You just didn't like
Who's the better driver?
We don't drive a whole lot together. I guess
Yeah.
I'll
We
say
don't have
you
to do it
because you drive the
together,
truck.
but you just think you're a
I
better
would say
driver
just
than
because I'm older, I have more experience.
Who would be more likely to start their own podcast?
Yeah.
Who's the better dresser?
Who's more likely to get married first?
2 fingers.
I like
2 fingers back at Sandy Jerez.
Yeah.
Who would likely be a serial killer?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Well,
we went
hey,
there, huh? We went
the
there,
cop
huh?
has entered the discussion.
Look,
What time is it? I mean, do I need to
We're
No.
past time to go. I was,
Diego, man. Jesus.
give me another one, Diego. Come on.
Yeah, Diego.
Not that.
Hey, who's most likely to fail a field sobriety test?
Diego.
You don't
Oh.
drink.
What kind of
I was
sobriety
just trying to
are we talking
segue to our good friends at the DeNewLawFirm.com. If
Shout out to
you've
my
been in
sponsors.
DWI trouble,
Jordan
Danuna Law
Premium
Firm
Cannabis.
understands the severity of your concerns, and they're there to help 24/7. You got to take immediate action. Give them a call at 713-257-8889. That's 713-257-8889. DanunaLawFirm.com. Proud sponsors of Fury Fighting Championship and the Fury Unleashed podcast.
Hey, before we get out of here, take a few seconds. Let people know where they can find you guys, but also thank your sponsors. Thank whoever you want to thank. Not everybody wants.
You can find me on Instagram at Mia Grawe, MIAGRAWE. Honestly, that's the most active social media platform that I'm on. You can find me on UFC Fight Pass, Fury Fighting FC.
Here we go.
I want to give a big shout out to all my sponsors for my last camp. We had American Dream, we had Jordan Premium Cannabis, my management, KO Reps, B is so helpful with everything through my career, and I love working with her. I love working with her, especially because
Killer B win.
Yes. She has a lot of experience in the fight game. She's been there. She's been where I'm at. And so, yeah, she understands me and cares about me, and I appreciate that. And shout out to my coaches and my team at War Training Center. And shout out to you guys.
Aww.
Shout out to everybody except Copley.
Sandy, who you got?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Get Fitty With It. Shout out to my sponsors as well. We have
Spell that, Get Fitty With It.
Yeah, GETFITYWITIT. Get Fitty With It, like the song, back in the day.
Getting fitty with it.
Yeah, that's where I got that.
I got it. I like it.
Cafe Lily, we have Sammy's Muay Thai, obviously War Training Center, Reaction, Physical Sports Therapy. Envision Title Company out in Katy. Shout out to my aunt. That's her business. And thank you guys for having me. I had a good time being on here. Hope to be back.
Of course, we'll have y'all back. Thank you guys for taking the time to be here today.
Second time.
Yeah, Mia's a two-timer.
It's
Not like that, Bruce the Goose. Not like a two-time visitor.
It's always good to catch some different perspectives from you guys. So, thank y'all for taking the time and opening
Absolutely.
up. And
Who's most likely to two-time it?
Who's most likely to two-time?
No points.
I don't even
Wayne,
know.
take us home, Wayne.
God damn, the time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey. You can check them out at howlerhead.com, a handcrafted, award-winning, 80-proof Kentucky straight bourbon. And listen, damn it, it's got the flavors of banana. You like MMA? You like Dana White? You like the UFC? Let's support them, baby. Get the bourbon. Get the Howler Head Whiskey, the only whiskey you will find at Fury Fighting Championships. HowlerHeadWhiskey.com, howlerhead.com.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the Fury!